Hello and welcome to 2021. We made it, y'all. 2021. My name is Lynette Clement and I am the executive creator of the Love Exquisite Magazine. So you can access the magazine on LoveExquisite.com. So I am reading from the January 2021 edition of the Love Exquisite Magazine, and I'm reading from the Empowering Moments section. The word of the month is resilience. So, as you know, if you've read or watched some of the articles that are in the magazine, then you know that these are unedited. So, if I stumble over my words, I'll go back for clarity sake. So here we go. The word of the month is resilience. The year of 2020 has taught us, or should have taught us, all a lesson about resilience. Resilience is the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties and mental toughness. Psychological resilience is the ability to mentally or emotionally overcome a crisis or to return to pre crisis status quickly. Resilience exists when a person uses mental processes and behaviors in a positive way to protect the self from potential negative effects of stressors. From the COVID-19 virus, businesses have closed and schools have transitioned to virtual learning. We all have to learn we all had to learn how important it is to be flexible and adapt to new situations. So that's one thing that came out of 2021 is it forced us to learn how to adapt to new situations. So a lot of people lost loved ones during the COVID-19 pandemic that has changed, and this has changed their lives drastically. We all had to learn how to cope without losing a piece of ourselves and what was comfortable or convenient for us. Couples began to spend more time together, and the experience has either brought them closer together or torn them apart. Those who have lost jobs have begun those who have lost jobs have begun to dive into their entrepreneurial endeavors, and entertainers even became more creative, being able to survive financially. So they came up with new and different ways to be able to generate revenue for themselves. So the pandemic has brought the world together in different ways. For some, it was quite a humbling experience. Even celebrities have found creative ways to engage more with their fans on their social media pages. And again, they came up with other ways to generate revenue for themselves. So many people could have easily threw in the towel and given up. But instead, we chose to be resilient. Despite the pandemic, we all had to learn how to manage change. Despite your circumstances, this isn't the time to give up. This isn't the time to become powerless. We need to have childlike faith that this current economic climate will only make us stronger in the end. This is the time to look at life through an optimistic lens. So don't dwell on how bad your circumstances are or how bad they might become. Instead, think about where you want to go and what you need to do to get there. We should come out of 2020. We should have come out of 2020 wiser and stronger. God has not brought us this far to leave us now, so keep going. You can do this. Be resilient. I always say that life is not good or bad, it's both good and bad. So we have to learn how to effectively handle the good and the bad. We should learn to handle the good without becoming boastful or arrogant. We should also learn to handle the bad without becoming defeated and hopeless. When we complain or wallow in self pity, what we are doing is giving glory to the devil. and he does not deserve any glory at all. Resilience is having the faith. It's having faith in the fact that your life can get better if you work towards making it better. Imagine new possibilities, new opportunities, new strategies, new doors opening, and your life actually getting better. Then work towards it, despite the challenges that you may encounter along the way. Change your way of thinking from negative to positive. To do so will require some cognitive restructuring. This means to train your brain to think positive instead of negative, and change how you communicate with yourself and others about the challenges in your life. You choose how you respond to life's challenges. Yes, you. So don't think about anybody else. Think about yourself for a second. You choose how you respond to your life's challenges. So in 2021, let this be a new year to learn how to cope better with the things that you can and cannot control. You can handle it. So you will have to learn how to manage the things that are controllable, as well as those things that may be somewhat out of your control. You have to manage how you deal with those things. You will have to learn how to manage the things that shift your way of thinking from positive to negative, meaning when you first thought that the thing was going to work out a certain way, you had your hopes up and you thought positive about it, but then the transition came in and changed everything, and then you shift your mind from positive to thinking negative about that thing. So you have to kind of restructure it so that you go back to thinking positive, because our thoughts they matter. How what we think about a thing, you can breathe life into something based on your thoughts on that subject or thing. So it's important to that you breathe positive energy into that thing versus negative energy. So these are the things that usually cause you stress when you think about the negative things. When you think about things from a negative perspective, it causes you to be stressed out about those things. So when you think about it positively, it generates a different type of energy. So you always want to keep that because it has to do with managing your stress. So managing stress is about self-care, which is important to resilience, which is important to having resilience. So believe that you are strong. Believe that you are wise. Believe that you can get through this. You are actually still standing. Look at you. You are still standing. Keep standing. Keep going. Because in the end, you always get the victory. So keep going and stay in the fight for your life. It is now time to be resilient. So that is in the Love Exquisite Magazine. It's in the January 2021 issue. Happy New Year and thank you for listening. Be resilient.